bathroom. There it is.
Anton Sokolov made this lock.
And no one is following. Oh, there's a bookcase on this side too. Let's see here. Put that away for now.
I spent so many nights in here after the rat plague.
Alright, looking for anything. Pick up any clues, any items, any notes. Ooh, pistol bullets. That could be good. Ah, what's this? Whispers from the Void by Barnoli Mulani. 2. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. Excerpt. These little glimpses of the void in dreams, or described by those awoken from comas, are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This, then, must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth, or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us, but hidden. Some trick of light or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it. And we all wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomena, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place by any longer, not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond? The clouds of weightless silver gas? And what things we would learn? That's a little bit different. Whispers from the Void. 1. Oh, I should have read this one first. Oh, my bad. It is a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under a carriage wheel for some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead. But when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, this person was lost to us, lost to the world itself. And what did they experience while in this temporary death? Darkness? Nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as so many before have, that they were in a particular place and can describe it vividly. And who among us does not know the place? Have we not all seen it in our dreams? This place we share in the furthest reaches of our minds, the realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at once both lost and home, the void. I always did find the void to be a fascinating otherworldly realm. Let's see. No, I will not kill. Letter from Wyman. Emily, I didn't want to wake you this morning, but you'll forgive me since we must have said goodbye 100 times yesterday night, and the only chance I get to see you with your hair all whichever way was while you're asleep. As soon as the sun rises, you'll put on your empress face. It makes me happy that I know your real face, the one that laughs at our silly rhymes. I don't want to go back to Morley, but I'm needed there. It'll be 4 months before we see each other again. I'll miss you, and yes, I'll bring you some white leaf tobacco for your hookah. Lord Corvo, if you're reading this letter as per your royal protector functions, know that I am joking and perfectly aware that the white leaf tobacco is forbidden in Crystal. Take care, my darling Emily, and Emily, don't go falling from a rooftop. I love you, Wyman. Aw, how romantic. Ooh. Corvo Atano, the Royal Protector in Our Times, Part 1. Ow. His parents were older at the time of his birth, and his father died in a lumber accident outside the city when Corvo was still young. Around that time, his only sibling, a firstborn sister, moved away to Morley, and the family subsequently lost all contact with her. Only 16, Corvo dazzled the people of Karnaca when he entered and won the annual Blade Verbena. The spectators from all over Serkonos were thrilled to see someone so young and striking from a working-class family advance through the duel after duel, eventually taking the prize. This unexpected outcome secured Corvo a junior officer ranking in the Grand Serkonian Guard. As a soldier, he was involved in a number of conflicts against organized criminal groups, rogue city-states within Serkonos, and private bands along the chain of islands radiating east from Serkonos. Sent from his homeland at the age of 18 by the Duke of Serkonos, then Theodonius Abel, father of Luca Abel, Corvo was assigned to serve the Emperor in Dunwall as a diplomatic gift. His Serkonian heritage made him a bit of an outsider in Dunwall, but the capital city must have seemed exotic and full of old-world mystery. A few months after he moved to Dunwall, it was recorded that Corvo received word that his mother had passed away several weeks after his departure from Karnaca. Oh, that's sad. Oh, hey, look, it's one of those pictures Emily drew. It's supposed to be Corvo slaying everyone in the streets, perhaps. Oh, here we go. So there's Serkonos, there's Karnaca, there's Dunwall, where we're at now, White Cliff, Morley and Tivia. Okay, is it just me, or does it seem like maybe they're hinting at future DLC locations or game locations with this map? I don't know, maybe we explore the whole area in this game. Soon to find out. Ah, Corvo Atano, the Road Protector of our Times, Part 2. In an act of rebellion, young Jessamine Caldwin chose Corvo as her royal protector when Corvo was 19 and she was 12. He served her loyally as a bodyguard, courier, and some say spy, before and after she was crowned empress. Though it was scandalous gossip at the time, it was said they began a love affair around 1823 when Jessamine was 18 and Corvo was 25. The next chapter of Atano's life is like something out of a legend. During the time of the rat plague, when the empress fell, Corvo was accused of regicide and sentenced for execution. He was thrown into Coldridge prison and publicly reviled. He escaped, and as part of a small conspiracy dedicated to throwing down the tyrannical Lord Regent, Corvo struck back at the people who killed the Empress and who wronged him. As the Lord Regent fell, the Loyalist conspiracy turned on Corvo, poisoning him. Surviving through some inner resilience, he located the true assassin of the Empress and fought his way out of the Flint district. Corvo eventually cornered the last of the Loyalists on King Sparrow Island at the Burrows Lighthouse and rescued Emily Caldwin, heir to the throne. The romantic involvement between Corvo Atano and the Empress Jessamine Caldwin was a terribly kept court secret, and thus it is widely held that Emily Caldwin is their daughter. Following the interregnum, Corvo watched over Emily as she began to rule the Empire of the Isles. I mean, yeah, that really was a terribly kept secret, wasn't it? Those more bullets. What do we have here? A gun case.
I have a feeling I'll need these.
Well, possibly. What in the heck? Oh! A spyglass. Excellent. Nice. Let's see what else we have here. Crown Killer Skin, we read that one. Bone Charms. Excerpt from a book on sailing traditions and scrimshaw. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty dog to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the long fangs of the bears that roamed the inlets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor, or providing defense against pregnancy. I doubt that second one very much, actually.
This could be handy.
Elixirs. Ha ha ha. Wonderful. Alright, let's see here. Oh, another safe. No, I don't want an empty bottle, thanks. No, okay. more pictures. Oh, and they captured her. Oh, whale oil in the whale's belly. Let's see here.
The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here.
Dang. That's one big brick of stuff. Gold, I take it. There's another one. Statue. Mother, it looks like. More reserves in there. Ah.
I'd better take these.
Take the ingot. Carry that one at least. There's another big brick of gold here and here. Dang. No wonder he wanted in here so bad. Alright, I think I got everything. Let's go.
Ramsey deserves my attention.
I'd have to deal with him? Dealing with Mortimer Ramsey. You cannot leave the tower right now. You need to deal with Mortimer Ramsey first. Eliminate Mortimer Ramsey. Mortimer Ramsey could be locked inside the safe room, which contains rations and water. Secret passage. Oh, yes, of course. This. Wait. Hold on. I thought I saw something. Ah, it's probably just that one. That does make sense. If I just leave him there, he'll wake up and continue his dastardly deeds. But without a ring, he won't be able to get out. You're an asshole. Just throw him on the floor. Yeah.
Now you've got what you wanted, Ramsey. The Imperial suite atop Dunwall Tower. Stay put until this is all set straight, Ramsey. Enjoy the rations and well water, sleeping next to a fortune.
Jerk. Go to Dunwall streets or stay in the tower. Well, let's go to the streets. It's time to get this adventure on the way.
Until I understand this, I have to go into hiding. I should make my way to the docks.
Old history textbook. Chapter 12, The Whaling Trade. In 1631, Emperor Finlay Morgengard commissioned the first fleet of vessels made expressly for the hunting and processing of whales. They were powered by sail alone, and so were at the mercy of the winds. Although these whaling ships were small by current standards, Morgengard's fleet established the robust whaling trade we enjoy today. Modern whaling vessels are much larger and use steam power to traverse the seas in search of whales. Did you know that every part of the beast is used? In addition to canned meat and whale oil, there is also a flourishing whalebone trade. Baleen is used in roofing. Whale skin is processed into crude cloth. Bladders are made into wine flasks. Even the intestines are carefully harvested for their precious ambergris, used in many medicines and perfumes. Handwritten notes at the end of the chapter. Emily. Half of Morgengard's whales fell to the rough coast east of Morley. You can still see the remains of ships poking out of the water should you ever visit Aran. Also, there's no mention here that it was Sokolov himself who designed the first steam-powered whaling ships. He'll tell you all about it if you ask it. He's sober. Yeah.
What would my old governess say? Callista would probably tell me to sit up straight and to marry Wyman. She'd ask me when the War of the Four Crowns ended. 1625.
Bummer. Ah. Curtis Morgan and the Prostitute Child. Take that. Sell it. Well, it's worth 200 gold. That's already been stolen. The Tower of Dunwall. Man, there are so many books in this game. Forgot how many books this game has. Excerpt on the historical examination of Dunwall Tower. For over a century, Dunwall Tower has been the capital of the island of Crystal and the seat of power across all the isles of the Empire. Rulers have come and gone, each adding something to the structure: gardens, observatories, new walls, pools, and specialized interior chambers to suit their needs and whims. Dunwall Tower has withstood numerous wars, several large-scale fires, and the collapse and rebuilding of the northern wing. When Tivia and Serconis joined the Empire first, it was Morley that resisted longest. Some of the conflicts that arise also necessitate the further fortification of the tower. Repeated assassination attempts near the end of the conflict with Morley resulted in the creation of the Royal Protector position, with each ruler choosing his or her own Royal Protector after careful consideration. And Empress Jessamine Calderon. Perhaps in retrospect, other historians will see how easy it was for us to fall into the trap set by the schemers who managed the assassination of Empress Jessamine Calderon. By allowing them to write history, it was for years thought that her trusted protector Corvo was also her murderer, a concept we now know to be utterly false. Yet even after the tricksters themselves were put down, banished, or imprisoned, it remained common knowledge that the Royal Protector was also Jessamine's murderer. How nicely they arranged history for us, and how readily we devoured their stories, hungry for each perfectly cooked morsel. But it is well past time for us to set aside the plaint of lies. The schemers were not to be trusted with the Empire, nor with Jessamine's life, and they are certainly not to be trusted with the writing down of accurate histories. Anything. Aha! Alright, no, nothing. Close that. Wait, is there anything in the chamber pot? No. Okay, glad there wasn't. Let's just make sure there's nobody standing right here. And there's not. Dunwall.
I've got to get out of Dunwall.
Lovely. So I need to get down there. Alright.
I've got to get away. I should talk to the captain of that ship.
Trouble. Those are enemies. Dead people. Nothing else really of interest. Alright. Let us away!
Somehow Delilah turned my father to stone. I will find a way to undo it.
What's this? Whale oil? Seems so. I don't dare touch it. It's steaming.
I wonder who that was.
So let's see. What was it?
You're not fit for the watch uniform.
True. Oh, I just wanted to loot your corpse. But, let's move it over here to the corner. Is it auto-looted when I picked him up? Can't read that, whatever it is. Something over here? No. Some flowers. Alright. Perfect.
The city's crawling with the Duke's men.
Listen up, I have bad news. Ramsey's missing. Corporal Moore checked the royal quarters, and Emily Caldwin has apparently fled the tower. We've got to find her. That's it, we've got your orders. Spread out and find the fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Serkino, sink or swim. There's no way to turn back now.
Huh. How do I get down there without killing myself or making too much noise? Don't know how to do that. Here we go.
Something stinks around here. That's not my job to clean up. Should have listened to Mom and become a hairdresser. One useless suck.
I want you in place just after the Duke and our new Empress make their appearance. Things will happen fast. Do your part, and there's a share of the spoils for you and the others. Turn on me now, and I'll ask the Duke to send his assassin after your dear old parents. Trust me, the so-called crown killer is it's the last dinner guest you want in your home, Morton Ramsey. Yes, he's the one behind all of it. It's too dark, I don't see anything. Go away. You go away.
Emily, culprit! You aren't going anywhere! She's wounded! Let's finish her for you!
Oh, ow. Oh, bummer.